fair chase is the foundation of ethical hunting. But what happens when technology tips the scales? In Oregon, the use of thermal imaging for hunting is a serious offense, giving poachers an unfair advantage. We delve into the recent arrest that exposed this illegal practice and the impact it has on wildlife and the future of hunting. Coming out of Clackamas County, Oregon, in a major crackdown on illegal hunting practices, Oregon State Police, the OSP, recently arrested 13 individuals and seized 14 infrared thermal imaging devices, 1 rifle, and 4 deer. What's wild? The operation followed a months-long investigation into the use of forward-looking infrared, which would be FLIR technology, to illegally kill deer, elk, and other big game animals. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Definitely unethical if you're out there killing animals in the dark. But anyway, the use of thermal imaging devices to hunt is prohibited in Oregon and gives hunters an unfair advantage by allowing them to spot out animals in complete darkness or heavy cover. This technology undermines the animals. The OSP and Fish and Wildlife received increasing number of complaints regarding the unlawful use of the FLI technology over the past 2 years. Several complaints originated in the Clackamas County area, leading to an investigation that culminated in the recent arrest and seizures. Good for the public, man. See, that's what I mean. We need the public's view. It's kind of what we're doing. Exposing things, making things happen, knowing what's out there so then you can see it for yourselves. If you see something going on in the wild, you can give them a call. Hook these people up, man. It's not like narking. These people cost us a lot of money as ethical hunters that are doing the right things. We do pay for this, whether it be directly or indirectly. This does come back to cost us money. Officials emphasized that the use of thermal imaging devices is not only illegal but also unethical. It gives hunters an unfair advantage and disrupts the balance of the ecosystem. Again, that's also important, right? Everything is about balance. Additionally, it can lead to an increase in the number of animals taken off the landscape, reducing game populations and hunting opportunities for law-abiding hunters. Again, man, like, this is what we need to do. This is why we have to stop it. It does affect us. It does. It raises prices. It lowers the amount of draws. It's overall bad for the law-abiding citizens. There's nothing worse than being punished for the things that criminals are doing. It's anti-American. You know what I mean? It's dumb. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife and other conservation organizations have condemned the use of thermal imaging devices for hunting. They have called for the stricter enforcement of the laws for the public to report any suspicious activity. So they definitely need our attention to this. In Washington, you can actually hunt at night for coyotes and stuff. So we do use thermals in Washington. And ethically just for coyotes, I believe, is the only thing I'll hunt for at night is coyotes. I think maybe bobcats do, some predators maybe. But I know 100% coyotes for sure. And it's ethical, man, for coyotes. Nighttime, daytime. I mean, they're a nuisance animal. And they get overpopulated or ruin an ecosystem pretty quickly if they're not challenged. Really. The Oregon Hunters Association, a statewide organization that represents hunters, also supports the crackdown on illegal hunting practices. They believe that fair chase is essential to maintaining the integrity of hunting and ensuring that wildlife populations remain healthy. Absolutely. I agree with them too. I mean, thermal imaging for big game animals, hunting in the dark too, like, yeah, it's not a fair chase. Like, it's not a game. That's a video game style stuff, man. We don't need a night vision for big game. I do agree with the predators, like I said. Well, there's a line. You don't want to cross that line. Authorities are urging the public to report any suspicious activity related to poaching. Get these people off our streets, off the woods, out of the wildlife. Get them. They have established a hotline for reporting wildlife crimes and are encouraging people to call in if they see anything suspicious. Anything suspicious. I'm not calling just anybody. You know what I mean? Make sure they're doing something out of the ordinary. Thermal scopes, I mean, they're pretty big. I'll post some pictures of some imaging, what it looks like, and how they're using it up there on the thing. Then it's not, this technology isn't that expensive. I know we used it in the mechanic world, for a long time, like for hydraulic lines. If you had like a blockage in one of the valves, you could see by using one of these imagings, you can see where the hose was getting hot and then it was cold on the other side, so the fluid wasn't getting through. Anybody knows about hydraulics, like the pressure creates a lot of heat. So yeah, you could definitely diagnose. Like, the technology has a place in humanity. It just definitely isn't for hunting deer at night. That's not okay. And the crackdown on thermal imaging poaching is a significant step in protecting Oregon's wildlife and ensuring that hunting remains a fair and ethical activity, which is very important, especially the public side too. If they see these stories and they hear things, they automatically want to shut us down because they just don't know. Which is another problem we face as hunters, like ethical hunters. Like, we have to deal with these people on like the daily basis. I don't know how many people call Fish and Game on me just for being sore they didn't think I should be. So I think educating the public is also a big part of this too. That we're not all out like trying to just poach animals and use the tools as they're not supposed to be designed for or against our laws for unethical reasons, for sure. And that the authorities are committed to investigating and prosecuting those who violate the law and are urging the public to help them in their efforts. Good. And if you see anything suspicious, please report it to the Turn In Poachers tip line. I'll post that number down in the description for sure. You can also use a mobile phone, obviously. You can also email them. I'll put the email address down below, too, in the description. And basically, man, together we can protect Oregon's wildlife and ensure that future generations can enjoy the beauty and diversity of our natural resources. That's kind of a wild story. What, four deer, one rifle, though? What do you got? 14 infrared scopes and one rifle? Because they only proved maybe that one rifle was used in all this ordeal. Why do you even need 14 infrared scopes? That's nuts. Who's in their right mind? Yeah, 14 infrared scopes, 13 individuals. Somebody had two, but one rifle? That doesn't seem right. I wonder what happened there. Who dropped the ball on that one? There's no way only one rifle for 13 people. 4 deer. Took 13 people to shoot 4 deer. Unacceptable. Poaching does continue to be a problem in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, these stories are coming out almost weekly at this point. Man, we're going to expand out too to other states too, see what's going on in the rest of the country. Even the other parts of the world. Like these stories just come out. Like we had the eagle story where a dude shot 3,000 eagles. There's a story coming next week about a guy that crossed borders for a duck, a special kind of duck. We'll talk about that next week as well. Probably next couple of days, actually. This is about Friday, so it won't be too much longer. So what we do, man, if you like this kind of information, like, subscribe, follow. We're on social medias, Instagram, all those other things. The other thing we're going to start talking about, too, is the lack of transparency within our wildlife departments. They're actually getting sued. That story's coming up soon, too. There's quite a bit of information coming out here in the near future about lack of transparency. You know what I mean? They want our help. We also need their help, too. This is a one-for-one. I think you help us, you scratch our backs, we'll scratch your backs type of an ordeal. And I don't think that they've been playing fair as far as that goes either. Like, there's definitely some unethical practices that go on within the fish and wildlife. And they need to be exposed. They're being exposed right now to their lack of transparency. There's just something about some of these stories they just don't want to get out because I think it just proves their lack of preparation for the wolf situation. Like, they don't know what they're doing. It's the lack of, they just don't even know. They don't know how to do it because the public is a huge, I don't want to say problem, but they have a huge pull in what gets said and what doesn't get said. That's also kind of why we're here. I don't care about the public's opinion. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you how it is, how I see it, and how it's been written in the press releases. Like, this is like my opinion. Some of this is my opinion, like the infrared using and don't using it. Like in Washington, I think about the predators, like hunting predators with an infrared. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a problem too. Like, we just read that story from Renton where that boy was being attacked. In California, they want to get rid of coyote hunting as a whole. And they've already done it for cougars and what batters or some other animal. It's like this, it could overpopulate and just cause big issues. I don't know what California's deal is. But the pattern, everyone knows the pattern. They can see what's happening. Certain states are taking care of things, other states aren't. It's wild. Wild, man. But the more we can bring it to people's attention, maybe the less likely it'll happen. The more it'll be reported. I mean, these are expensive crimes. They say 4 years in jail, possibly $20,000. It's expensive stuff, man. And that's the other thing too. Like this technology's been around so long that it's kind of affordable. Like, it's not out of reach. Even with the economy being what it is, but these tools used to be like military grade. I remember being in the military the first time I looked at infrared. It was wild, man. Like, you can see things from pretty far distances, and you can see their whole outline, their body outline, from just the temperature being different from the atmosphere. There's lots of stories about like people seeing like infrared things that you could never predict. Wild. There's wild things. Yeah, it's gonna be it for this one, man. Like, subscribe, share it. More information is coming. Good job, man, for getting these people off the woods, getting disarmed. They're one rifle. That's crazy to me. That doesn't add up. But what do you do? That's gonna be it. Later.